Chris Evans, best known for playing Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has definitely had some ups and downs. When he decided that he was done with the character, ready to hang up the shield and get out of this massive franchise so he could stand alone as a big-time Hollywood star. And we've seen some things like Materialist was just out, a little tiny rom-com with a small budget that made a decent amount of money. But we've also seen the light years. We've seen the red ones, the big budget disasters that he's been in. Well, now it looks like he might be closer than ever to coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A lot of people speculating about this, about him in Avengers Doomsday, even though he's denied it over and over, especially when he makes an appearance at the Toronto International Film Festival to talk about a new movie he's got coming out. And he looks like he's in pretty good shape. It looks like he might have been hitting the gym a little bit. Who knows what that could possibly be for? But it's the question he got asked at this film festival that has a lot of people talking, because certainly he's been under some criticism for basically not being able to stand on his own, you know? Like I said, certainly some ups and downs, some big disasters he's been a part of, but he got asked by a journalist how he relates to the new character in his upcoming movie, because they are also a failed actor. Interviewer stuns crowd with Chris Evans' failed actor questions ahead of new movie. The Captain America star is promoting his new film Sacrifice with Anya Taylor-Joy. Now again, to reiterate, the character that he plays in this is a failed actor. So that's why the connection is there. And that's what the interviewer decided to focus on in this question to Chris Evans. A little bit awkward.
Any concerns with playing a part that was potentially a bit closer to home, or if you felt like it was going to take, I don't imagine you in a bathroom on your phone trying to go viral, I'm so sorry. Or you were there are any concerns about it shaking the fictional world of the film?
Sure, yeah, I mean, listen, obviously at face value there's a little bit of an overlap, but and that could be part of the reason why you might want to play the role, but when I read the script,
so you could see Anya Taylor-Joy's face when, like, did you want to play this role? Does it hit a little too close to home? The idea that look at her face, the idea that you're playing someone who is a failed actor, is that why you wanted to take on this role? And look, I'm not the biggest fan of Chris Evans, especially with as much as he's put out there politically and bashed so many people and blamed the bombing of his movies on bigots and stuff like that. I do think he handled the question rather well, because this is not the entirety of his answer. We do have that entire thing there. And like I said, you can kind of see he looks a little bit different than he's looked lately. It does look like he's been working out and getting ready for his role as Captain America again, despite him saying he's not going to be in that. But here's his full answer to the question. I do think like that he did handle it well. Being called by a journalist out there, hey, do you really, can you really feel this character because they're a failed actor like you have been post-MCU? That's basically the question that she asked.
Sure, yeah, I mean, listen, obviously at face value there's a little bit of an overlap, but and that could be part of the reason why you might want to play the role. But when I read the script, what I saw was, I saw, Mike Tyler as a character that's suffering, it's not just that he's an actor and that we can connect on that level. I saw a guy that was at a crossroads in his life where he was looking to wake up. He didn't even know he was asleep. And to me, I've made movies about a lot of different topics, and they always say, who said this? Julianne Moore had a great quote where she said, the audience doesn't come to see you, they come to see themselves. And for me, this character, Mike, he could have been a plumber. It was about a person who was at a point in his life where the old familiar patterns weren't working anymore. And he was suffering, and he was looking to wake up. And to me, that felt universal, you know what I mean? That's something that everyone can kind of find.
So I do think, like, with all things considered, that could easily throw you off a little bit when a reporter calls you a failed actor when you're promoting your new movie. But overall, he handled it well. We'll see what this does. Again, it has been very hit or miss, mostly miss for Chris Evans at the box office since he decided to step away from his role as Captain America. And it's pretty obvious to everyone involved he is stepping back into that role. Now, would he have done this if kind of everything he had done post-MCU had been hit, and if he had become this kind of big standalone star who could drive audiences and like sell tickets and stuff like that? Who knows? But Chris Evans taking pot shots from the journalists out there while he's promoting his new movie. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.